Happy New Year, restoration of the breach without borders. And good morning, one and all. To God be the glory. Great and awesome things He has done. And so this morning, I want you to worship and thank God because of who He truly is in your life personally. I want you to thank Him because He's holy. Thank Him because He's transcendent and also imminent. Thank Him because He's perfect in all His ways. To God be the glory. My name is Shamanisha Wilmot. And this morning, I want to take the time to encourage you to choose joy. Yes, this is my encouragement to you, Restoration of the Breach Without Borders. I encourage you to choose joy. And your question might be, how do I choose joy? How can I choose joy? Some days I'm up, some days I'm down, some days I'm happy, some days I'm sad. So how is it that I choose joy when one minute I'm discouraged and the next I'm up and going? And so my answer to your question this morning is you can choose joy, or you choose joy by living in the presence of God. Yes, that's it. Living in the presence of joy. And so, David said in Psalm 16, verse 11, which is our verse for this morning, he said, "Thou wilt shew me the path of life." Listen, in thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Yes. And I just feel like reading that one more time. Thou wilt shew me the path of life. In thy presence is fullness of joy. At thy right hand there are pleasures forevermore. Glory be to God. Therefore, it was proven by David. It has been proven by David, a man of God's own heart, that in the presence of Adonai lies joy. And not just joy, but complete joy, fullness of joy, perfect joy. And this is what David said. And this joy that is obtained in the presence of God needs no additives. It needs nothing. This joy is not dependent on who you are. This joy is not dependent on who I am. It is not dependent on what we have accomplished. This joy is dependent on the characteristics of God and His awesome presence. And so when I refer to the presence of God, restoration of the breach without borders, I don't necessarily mean locking away in your prayer closet until God is ready to take you home. No, but it goes beyond that. It is deeper than that. Living in the presence of God means that you're daily cultivating and nurturing that personal relationship and deep intimacy with the Father. That is how you know when you're living in the presence of God. Living in the presence of God, it is a place of knowing the Father, knowing Him, and being fully known by Him. So I want you to have that concept in your mind this morning as I encourage you to choose joy. And since the only way you can choose joy is living in the presence of God daily, praying, worshiping, adoring Him, thanking Him, setting aside personal time for Him. Trust me, it's easier said than done. But if you want joy, then trust me, you can do it. And so all the equipments that you need to live a purpose-driven life, a life full of meaning, a life full of pleasure and greatness, all of this lies within the presence of God. All of this you can find in the presence of God. And so restoration of the breach without borders, I encourage you to choose joy. Choose joy by living in the presence of God, where there is satisfaction and peace. God bless you. Amen.